Hey everybody, welcome back to JakeBuilds. Yep, it's been a month or so since I've done one of these. Yeah, it's been a bit. Either way, this time we're back in GQuuuuuX, and this time we're doing the Red Gundam, or the GMS-Alpha Red Gundam. Yeah. This is supposed to be the GQuuuuuX equivalent of the actual Gundam from the original... Oh, God. I think it was 0079 was the year, the 1 year war. It doesn't matter. But this is the GQuuuuuX equivalent, so it looks a bit thinner, skinnier, and not as boxy. It kind of reminds me of an Eva from Neon Genesis Evangelion, believe it or not. With that being said, good look at the box here, the Red Gundam in its full glory, with its hammer, bits, shield, and of course the Red Gundam itself. On the side of the box here, we have different action poses, along with two variants of the shield, one with the Zeon, the full Zeon logo, and the scratched up, busted one. And you can also attach the bits to the Gundam itself. That's pretty neat. And this is actually the first one here that's actually called a Gundam, unlike the GQuuuuuX, which is just called the GQuuuuuX. Either way, that side of the box. Over here on the other side of the box just gives you a blurb about the universe of GQuuuuuX and the Red Gundam in a very idle stance. Neat. Tossing the box out to the side here, we're gonna get... Before we get to runners, we're going to get to stickers, because there's quite a few. So here we have the more detailing stickers and color correcting stickers. This is actually the GQuuuuuX actually had more stickers than us. But as you can see here, we have... I don't know what this one's for. I think this actually may be for the shield. These are for the bits. These are for those little knobs that are sticking outside on the side of the Gundam, basically, where you can attach the bits. These are for the legs. I don't know what these little gray ones are for. Let me get that a little closer to the camera. These are from the shoulder, and I guess they give you double for the head cameras and stuff like that, and double for the eye cameras. You know. The glow applies that every Gundam has. But yeah, that's it. And like I said earlier, there is also a Zeon logo on the shield. You get two variants of that, which I do appreciate. You get the solid variant. Let me go ahead and get that without it shining. The solid variant, which is pretty neat. And then, of course, you get the scratched up variant. So... And also you get some Zeon logos right here. I don't think you can see that. But they're super tiny, so the camera's really not picking up on them well. I've set that off to the side. Not too bad, but I don't know how many of those stickers I'm actually going to use. I don't know if I'm going to use the round ones. I know probably going to use the yellow ones just because those are for the legs. Moving on to the runners. We have Runner A and Runner A. So as you can see here, Runner A is a kind of multicolored runner. You've got blue for up on the head, gray for the shield and parts of it. Well, this is the shield and the star in the shield. And of course, a lot of this grayish black over here. And then you have red for, well, the Red Gundam. That's pretty neat. Then we have the other A runner, which this is for the hammer. This is for the well, I just said what it was. It was the hammer. Yeah, the giant chain for the hammer that the Red Gundam comes with. I don't know what this clear part is, but I guess we're gonna find out. Also, it's really neat that they do this because it's like clear and gray, and here's the handle right here. So it looks like it's just one big piece. That's pretty interesting. Moving on to Runner B, we have more multicolor. We have a lot of that lightish, almost like pinkish red, more dark red, and more of that blackish gray. It's pretty neat. I always love Char's choice in colors because I like the color red. We have more pieces here. It looks like for the hands and beam rifle and the hammer itself right there. That's pretty neat. Moving on to Runner D, this is more of the shield and a couple of the other pieces on the chest, I believe. Not entirely sure, but it does look pretty cool. Then finally, the most oddball color out of it, the E. E is the orange pieces. I believe this is for on the arms. Yeah, this is for on the arms. This is for the beam rifle, and I guess this is for the neck. It's my best guess. If I'm wrong, then don't sue me. I don't have money. Runner F. More of the same, pinkish. Looks like more pieces. There's a lot of runners here. Finally, G and H. This is pieces for the hammer, or more pieces. No, wait. This isn't pieces for the hammer. These are pieces for the bits. Yeah. Those are pretty neat. Get a good look. Cool. We're done. Now, the thing is, I've only seen, like, the clips of GQuuuuuuX and people just reacting to, like, what the fuck is this show, but it's, you can definitely feel the Neon Genesis Evangelion influence, which is crazy. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but watch the show. I need to. But with that being said, I forgot to go over this. Anyway, instruction manual. Back of the instruction manual, more what we saw. Your runner list. Pretty cool. Now I'm thinking about it, might as well just do it while I'm babbling. I definitely need to finish watching it. I watched the first and second episode, but I never finished it. Or never finished the rest of the season. From what I hear, it's pretty wild. So, yeah. I do intend on going back to watch it. With that being said, let's get building.
you